to me separately at cfouhrada@nafm.org, and we'll do what we can to tackle it or address it later on. The questions that we've got were supplied by NAFM members beforehand, and our objective today is really simple. Provide a venue to discuss the regulation and enforcement plans and address all of these open-ended questions that we've received in advance, and then, of course, answer any follow-up questions that you have. So with that particular setup, I want to open the floor to our folks from CARB. Dave, Glenn, or Shannon, are there any opening comments or statement that you'd like to offer?
Well, I think first we'll introduce everybody that's in the room on our end, so in case there are follow-up discussions to be had, you'll kind of have a sense of who you're talking to. So I'm Dave Mell.
Glenn Gallagher.
Shannon Dilly. Hi, everybody. This is Tamila Gupta. I'm also with ARB. I'm in the research division, and I manage the section that's implementing this regulation.
Hi, everyone. I'm Richie Kaur, and I'm also an air pollution specialist in Pamela's section in the research division.
And finally, I'm Tristan Polito, also air pollution specialist, working on these regulations as well.
And I'd like to say thank you for hosting this call, because this is the type of dialogue we'd like to enter into before there's problems. We want people to realize that they can work with us. If there's confusion, we want to do what we can to eliminate that, to help people comply. That's our end goal, is compliance, and to get the emission reductions via these regulations.
We just had one other person enter the room.
Oh, hi, it's Mike Fitzgibbon from research. I was trying to, do we have a conference?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, well, thank you very much for taking the time to join us today. So with that said, I'm going to jump right into the questions, and some of them are relatively basic. However, it helps to have a general sense of what the industry should understand with regard to the CCA. So first question, what body is regulating and enforcing the CARB regulations that took effect earlier this month?
So CARB Enforcement Division is the primary enforcement mechanism. So, we have other bodies that help us with enforcing things, such as local air districts, and if need be, the Attorney General's office, if it gets that far, but that's a rarity.
Okay. How will enforcement take place? What's the process?
Well, we will get information from our staff, possibly going out in the field, local air district inspectors, members of the public reporting things. And so we take that information, and the first thing we do is we try to find out what the facts of the situation are. And if we believe that a violation may have occurred, we enter into a conversation with whatever party is responsible to find out more about the situation, to get as many facts as possible before we go into a formal enforcement process.
Okay. What are the fines approximately associated with selling a unit in California that does not meet the requirements?
Well, our fines, Health and Safety Code 42400 series, for if any lawyers are out there or somebody wants to, kill their night and have nothing else to do, lays out maximum penalties based on culpability. It also has in there factors that we're to take into consideration when determining what an appropriate penalty would be, such as extent of damage, previous compliance history. There's a whole series, including one open-ended, anything else that's relevant. And that's part of why we want to enter into discussions with people, because each situation is unique, and we need to find out the facts pertaining to that specific case. So we follow, CARB has an enforcement policy that's available via our web page that lays some of this out. It also lays out the process that we go through. most situations, if we find that there is a violation, we pursue a mutual settlement process whereby we jointly come to an agreement on what an appropriate penalty would be. That resolves, 99.99% of violations probably.
Yeah, somewhere around there. 98 to 99. Yes, we settle a majority of our cases through mutual settlement processes. So, and cooperation is another factor we look at. Yeah,
and self-disclosure is huge.